All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be an energy card reading for Cancer. So that's going to be Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Cancer cross watchers, welcome as well. We're going to get some base energy here. This reading is taking place in and for July, but whenever you find it, whenever you tune into it, it looks like there is good fortune on the horizon for you. It says, good fortune, invite magic in. So this card is all about inviting the flow, allowing good things to manifest. Knowledge, seek knowledge. Coming out also with the base energy. And one more for Cancer, please, my friends, for Cancers. New beginnings. It says, begin your new life. We've got the Phoenix coming up here. Interesting. We're going to get you some additional cards on top of it. But the base energy here is looking very much like there is something that we're going to be finding out, looking into, or examining more closely that is actually ushering in a new beginning. And something about getting into the flow, inviting the good fortune, inviting in the magic. There's something about seeking out this knowledge that actually helps to increase the momentum, increase the alignment and energies moving towards a new beginning for you. Let's find out a little bit more about it. I'm also getting a sense of like grounding, the need to get grounded. I feel very much like the center here. This center card is very earthy. It's very earth toned. Whereas the two cards that are flanking it are all very colorful, very vibrant, very rainbow toned. So it feels like there's a lot of swirling, exciting energy happening. And it's like spirit asking you to get grounded in your center, because this card is in the center of the energies here, Cancer. So it feels like needing to get solid and grounded in the present moment, in and amongst the swirling energies, activities, things unfolding and beginning. Let's find out a little more, please. What can you tell me? Love, the number 45 card coming in. And that's coming in on top of this good fortune, invite magic in. And this card, it can refer to like love, like a new relationship or something like that. But it's almost, the feeling of the card is almost to be in love with life, with the experience, to seek out the beauty in things, to love your moments. Whoa. The cat, number 18, independence and healthy boundaries, coming up. And that's coming up with that not seeking knowledge card. Independence and healthy boundaries, maybe some time for ourselves, pulling our energy back into ourselves. I said I was getting a solid feeling of needing to be grounded in the center of the spread here. And one more for the sun card, please. What can you tell me? And the dog, loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love, number 19. I like that. You have the 18 and 19 card coming up in a sequential cat and dog. A new beginning with loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. That sounds and feels very solid to me, Cancer. We're going to get you some tarot and get a little bit more specific. This is going to be the sort of the 3D situation that's coming up for you. All right, my friends, what can you tell me about this good fortune and love card that's over here? Thank you. It looks like we've got The well and the tower are coming up on top of it, which I like the combination of these two cards together. The well is a card that's unique to this deck, and it is about getting in touch with source energies, soaking up in the wellspring of creation, allowing source energy to flow up through you and guide you to be your inspiration. And the tower is, of course, a sudden or unexpected change or crumbling of a situation. The tower usually shows up when we are ready to dissolve a situation, break through boundaries, to take down anything that was built on a shaky foundation. Sometimes I like to think of it as the tower is like a prison tower that we've been stuck in, like Rapunzel. And so Spirit, the combination of these two cards feels like source energy or Spirit coming through with an assist here to help bring down some sort of tower, some prison structure, either in our minds or in our lives that's been built up that's holding us back from having this good fortune. Can you give me one more on this, please? What is the tower regarding? Can you let me know? Three of Pentacles. So something having to do with collaborations or people around us. This could be work collaborations. It could be a situation where other people involved in our business at work. I'm almost kind of getting a sense, like, if you look at this card, it made me kind of giggle, but you see this guy being awful nosy looking in over on this other guy. So I almost get a situation here for some of you that it may be time to bring down the towers regarding some situation at work. Maybe it's a job that no longer suits you, or people in your job that are just not working out. The team that we've put together here is not a good fit, maybe. For others of you, it could be a sense of community or people. I almost get a feeling like people of differing energies, people who aren't on the same wavelength as you. So I'm not getting any sense of like necessarily malicious intent out of any of these people. It's just sometimes when we're ready to move on, or when good fortune starts to really flow into our lives, or when we're ready to start allowing good fortune to really flow into our lives, sometimes the old structures that were built on energies that were lower vibrational energies, like friend groups that were just built around a different time in our lives, or, job work situations that were built around a different time in our lives, are no longer compatible with the new energy that's getting ready to flow in. An energy of love, appreciation, and good fortune. Let's find out about this centerpiece here. Seeking knowledge and the cat. Independence and healthy boundaries. What can you tell me, please, Spirit? Queen of Cups. I love that, Cancer. The Queen of Cups is capable of flowing with her emotions, getting in touch with what's truly in her heart, and allowing that to flow out unobstructed. I'm getting a sense that for some of you, the knowledge that we're seeking is an interior knowledge, a knowledge of self, a knowledge of our true feelings about a situation. You've got the Five of Wands coming up with that. So the Five of Wands is usually conflict or competition in some kind of way. All right. So this is also the flippers that came out with this, is the Two of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So I'm getting the feeling or the sense that this center spread is about you needing to decide for yourself, come to a conclusion about what it is you really want, and getting yourself in the energy, the flow of what it is you really want. I get the sense that perhaps if we were being, if we are being honest and getting into our real feelings, if we're in our Queen of Cups, that sort of honesty, that self-knowledge, it may be causing a conflict or discomfort for some people around us. Like if we were, the feeling that I'm getting, and again, I'm not sure who this is for, take it if it resonates, but the feeling that I'm getting is if you were truly yourself and really authentic in your feelings, letting your feelings flow, would the people who are around you be able to handle an unfiltered version of you? Or have we been being stifling? It feels like stifling or smothering. Have we been sitting on our feelings, our true feelings, for the comfort of others? I feel like that's why we're getting this cat card here that says independence and healthy boundaries. Because it's one thing not to be mean to people, right? Like there's no sense in being senselessly mean to people. But at the same time, if we're having to suppress a whole bunch of our true feelings in order to avoid conflict, then we need to set up some boundaries. And this is, Spirit is letting you know that to choose your own wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups is like a wish fulfillment, or getting ready for a wish fulfillment to come in, getting in alignment with the energy of what it is you actually want. So I feel like in the center of this spread, Spirit is really asking you to take off the blindfold before you make a decision about what's most important. Get a full view of the situation before you decide what your real fulfillment looks like. I feel like maybe that's the knowledge that we're seeking. This is all coming up in the center of the spread on this knowledge card. And again, it does have a feeling of needing to get grounded, get in the moment. Interesting. All right, over here on the end, we've got this Phoenix card that's all about new beginnings. And it's coming up with the Dog card that says loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. What can you tell me about these cards coming up over here for Cancer, please, my friends? That one. We've got the Four of Wands coming up on it. So the Four of Wands sometimes represents marriage, but it's a card of completion, of crossing the finish line, of reason to celebrate, something that's been successfully completed and stepping into a new. We've got the Ace of Wands that wants to fly right up with that. Beautiful. The Ace of Wands is going to be something new to be excited or passionate about, something that is a new spark of interest, or let's get some more on it. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. You've got the Hanged Man coming up. And the Hanged Man is like intentionally changing your position, looking at something in a different way, and changing the way you're looking at things in order to see it in a new light, in order to gain enlightenment on something. And the Hanged Man is coming up on the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like the happily ever after card. It's the picture of the picket fence or whatever it is that you want for yourself. Love, happy family, happily ever after. And I feel like this, it's almost asking us again, like, to take the blindfold off before we make a decision about what our wish fulfillment is. Spirit is asking you to take a second look, another perspective on what your happily ever after actually looks like for you. So it could be that we, something that we thought was working out, that was a happily ever after, or that is actually a tower moment and is getting ready to come down old structures that don't need to be in place anymore because they don't fit us anymore. And these new beginnings that are arising over here with the Phoenix card, it looks to me like mission complete. This portion of the journey is a success. We're crossing the finish line and sparking some new interest, new passion or desire that's coming out of that. And it's going to give us a different idea, a different point of view about what our happily ever after looks like. Redefining for ourselves what our wish fulfillment is, or what it is we actually want. I just got the path isn't over, it's just the end of a section of it, is what I'm getting. We're going to get you some top end energy, some of the actual underlying energies and vibrations that are going on with this situation, as well as Spirit's advice on how to move forward with it. So let's see what they have to say. It feels like an exciting and rejuvenating time is what I'm getting. Like, for Cancer, please, my friends, what would you like to let them know right now? We've got number 6, the past, coming off. It says releasing, rebirth, and spring. It says, and so I listened as my soul told me to let the past go so that I may awaken to how much I have grown. And I feel like you really have grown a lot. Like whatever this last cycle was, it was a big one with a lot of things that were integrated and gained. We've got number 10, the Voyager, return home, lessons and realizations. Yeah, it says it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. Lessons and realizations. Yeah. And that's coming up on the center here of that knowledge card. So I feel like we're integrating all of the things that we've been through. It's been quite a life path, a life journey so far. And there was a lot of knowledge gained, a lot of really beautiful things that we cultivated and incorporated and made a part of ourselves. But Spirit is asking us, like the circumstances, it's like the 3D circumstances are no longer required. You've gained the lessons from them, and whatever this situation is has become a prison tower. Number 30, the Shaman, lunatic, insights, and cosmos. Beautiful. And that's coming up on this new beginnings. So it feels like stepping into, I'm going to get you some tarot on top of it. So opening up of the connection to the cosmos, and with the integration of all of these lessons, it's like it's ushering in a new beginning of being able to not just make insights, but I'm hearing like foresights. It's like you can see and feel the outcomes. There's something in the lessons or the life path that you took in integrating the lessons that once we embrace embrace our true selves. If we embraced how much of a lunatic we really are, how even if it sounds crazy, there may be those who are in our lives right now who might think that it might cause some conflict, who might think that we're a little weird. I feel like it's so weird. I feel like some people are, again, I'm not sure who this is for, but I feel like some people are ready to just come out as the practitioner, the psychic, the seer, like the person they really are on the inside, and to stop softening it or hiding it or keeping their empathic abilities, you know, in check for the comfort level of other people. Let me get some cards on it for you. That may be what's going on for some people. I feel like some people are really getting ready to step into their witchy era. All right, okay. We've got the Seven of Swords coming up on this letting go of the past card, and the Six of Wands coming up. Yeah. It's time to let go of this past because you were victorious over it. So whatever the Seven of Swords is sometimes read as lying, cheating, and stealing. But the artwork on this card, usually, this is not the standard deck, obviously. The artwork on this card is usually this guy who's like stealing his swords back from an enemy camp so that those swords can't be used against him. And I feel like this is asking us to, whatever this past situation was, or whatever the conflict situation was, we can go ahead and take our energy back from that situation. The swords are a mental suit. And so for me, the Seven of Swords is when we're taking our swords back from an enemy that would use it against us, or somebody who would use, this is somebody who would, or a person, place, situation, take it as it resonates, who would use our thoughts, our energy that we're giving them against us. And so the Seven of Swords says, take your thoughts back from that situation, take your energy back to be victorious. The Six of Swords is, or the Six of Wands, excuse me, is a card of victory, recognition, sitting high in the saddle. And both of these cards coming up on that, letting go of the past, integrating the lessons, I feel like Spirit is asking you to take your energy, take your swords back from a situation that maybe we've been dwelling on. It's time to integrate those lessons and let them be, because we came out of this situation victorious. You won, Cancer, over whatever it was. So you can take your energy back now from that situation. It's no longer required energetic entanglement there. Oh, and that felt good to say it too. So absolutely. The center one is you've got the Five of Cups coming up. So, and this is on that Voyager that says integrating lessons and returning back to self, returning home, returning back to a sense of self. What else do we have coming up on it? The Five of Cups is going to be like disappointments, or it's mourning the loss of something in front of you or something that's already happened, is keeping you from seeing what else is along the path in the future. You can see that she's weeping over the spilled cups in front of her instead of realizing that there are two cups behind her still. And if she turned around and looked at them, she would see that there's a path and there's a castle behind her. There's a whole new beginning, a new path. But when we have our energy still stuck in past situations, things that are already spilled, then we have our hands in our face in our hands instead of our eyes looking behind us, taking off the blindfold to see what other situations are around. I sort of see it, how do I say it? You wouldn't be able to drive if you spent the whole time looking in the rearview mirror, is what I'm getting. Like, you can't drive forward if you keep it looking behind you. There's nothing wrong with checking the rear view here and there, but you got to keep your eyes on the road ahead in order to see what's coming up. Okay. What else with this, please? The Lovers. Coming up, we'll pull you some more cards on it. And just grab an extra clarifier. Sometimes the Lovers can be in relationship to an actual love situation. Sometimes it's referring to, once again, a choice that needs to be made. Choosing something. Let's see. Strength. Coming up with that. Strength and the Lovers card with the Five of Cups. It seems kind of like an odd message, but I'm feeling like there's a need to be like gentle with ourselves as we integrate these lessons. The Strength card, I know it looks like she's wrestling an alligator in this picture, but the artwork for the card usually shows a woman taming a lion, but she is taming the lion with gentleness, with love, with tenderness. She's not actually wrestling the lion like it is in this artwork. So I don't know if this is, I kind of get the sense for at least some people that this is a disappointment over, it is a disappointment over a situation with love, or maybe multiple situations with love that's happened over time. And that there is a need, as we integrate the lessons from those situations, there's a need to be gentle with ourselves. Integrating those lessons. The Ace of Coins is coming up. So there is an... All right, give me a second. Whatever that was just literally felt like it was stuck in my solar plexus. Give me a second. Seven of Coins and the Knight of Wands. Interesting. So you've got the Ace of Coins coming up over here off of this lunatic card, along with the Seven of Coins and the Knight of Wands. So the Seven of Coins is going to be, it's usually like patience and cultivation, which is it's an interesting counter energy to have coming up with the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is almost the opposite energy of that. It's a swift moving, impetuous, passionate, sort of rushing energy. So it's like very opposite energy with the Seven of Coins and the Knight of Wands, but it's coming up on on the Ace of Coins. So there is like the beginning of a new opportunity, or the spark of something new and abundant coming in with this. I'm going to get you a little bit more clarification. So it almost feels like something, and the Seven of Wands. 2 sevens. It almost feels like something that was, the sense that I get with it, Cancer, is it almost feels like something that was put on the back burner. Something that was, maybe we stuck it aside. We were patient and we haven't been, there was so much else going on. It feels like maybe something that got put on the back burner that was kind of just a long game, a patience game for you, suddenly feels exciting and like a swift moving energy again. It feels exciting and passionate and like we want to make some moves with it. And that the reemergence of that excitement over it is the spark of a new opportunity, a new abundance. Give me a minute with the rest of the message. And justice, yeah. Justice coming in with that. So I feel like it's a balancing the scales. I almost feel like there's the previous cycle that you've been through. Now it's a balancing of the scales of bringing the energy back to yourself. There's opportunity now for you to seek some passion, something that's actually exciting and a beautiful new opportunity for you. Balancing the things back in your favor. We've got a different idea, an enlightenment or a new thought process in what our Ten of Cups actually is. And you've got the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. It's something passionate and engaging that feels like you want to rush out and go do it. Which is really, isn't that just the best feeling when you have something that you feel like is like you want to rush out and go do it? You've got the Hermit coming up, yeah. So the Hermit is a card of, it can be a card of going into isolation, to look within, to cultivate the inner mysteries. But I feel like it's also a card of emerging from the top of that mountain. The Hermit is usually pictured with a star in their lantern. And that is the wisdom, the knowledge, like here in the spread, that they've gained, they've integrated from their experience. And that inner light is now the star that lights their way when they come out of hiding, when they come out of isolation, when they emerge back into the world. It's very interesting. I feel like you're emerging with your enlightenment, and with your star, you now know what the passionate future is going to look like. You've been able to find what your Ten of Cups really looks like for you. And there is a completion, a crossing the finish line. It's a really beautiful message, Cancer. I love it. I'm going to get you a card to close out the reading from the Lightworkers Oracle. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Cancer. I lost track of time talking to you. All right. A closing message for Cancer, please, my friends. What can you let them know? Number 23, initiation by water. Beautiful. Initiation and in your own element. Let's get into it for you. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from the loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further open your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational material, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being opened to a world of which you may have only dreamed. Such is beauty, grace, and love. The invocation for this card, if you want to use it for yourself at this time, says, I choose to lovingly, gratefully, and kindly let go of that which I no longer need to hold on to emotionally. Forgiveness is easy for me. I forgive myself and all others of our human mistakes. I choose to honor a mistake as a chance to learn and an opportunity from the divine to grow more loving. I ask for protection, assistance, merciful grace, and tender compassion to bless me through this initiation so that I may thrive in joy. May all those who are divinely destined to become clear channels for spiritual love be supported by unconditional loving beings that can assist them to successfully move through initiation and shine the light of spirit through their hearts. For the benefit of all beings, so be it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, my friend Spirit, for working with us and for lending us your insights. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Cancer, for being here. I appreciate you so much. Let me know how it resonates and what's going on for you. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we will be back later with more readings.